Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Matt. This is Prime Analog Records. This is down to the end of the year, and I wanted to talk to you guys um, about Gino Vannelli. Wait! Don't change the channel. Don't shut it off. It's this is. I'm going to give you a real quick background on this. I'm going to try to make this a very short video because I'm just going to show one album, but I'm going to show different variations of it. I did a shootout with this because my buddy over there at Safe and Sound Texas Audio Excursion, boy, that's a mouthful. I don't know why he's got that such a long one, but anyway, I digress. David over there showed a record the other day, and it blew my mind. I couldn't believe that I didn't have all of these albums, and I have this one album I'm going to talk about is Gino Vannelli, and it's a very important album for him because it actually had his biggest hit on it. I've gifted this to several people on the VC, many of which didn't understand the genius of this man. And this guy is a true genius. There's no question. He's still touring now at 71, almost 72 years old, and he's still giving amazing concerts. If you don't believe me, go back and look at some of the videos that I've put up of his concert that I recently went to in, what was that, March? I think it was. But anyway, the guy is such a talent, writes all his own stuff, arranges, produces, directs, all of it. He's a musician in most of it, and he puts together these amazing bands that go on the road, and why not? He's done it since he was 18 years old. He wrote, arranged, and directed the Royal Philharmonic when he was 23 years old for an album called Pauper in Paradise. So he was a true force, and still pretty much is. But he always found a way to find these amazing artists and put them all together in one record. And does this sound familiar to any of you who've recently gotten the new UHQR series from Chad Kassem over at Analog Productions? It should, because he was Steely Dan before Steely Dan. He was doing this kind of stuff, and it was pretty amazing. He's been doing this for years and years, and many years to come. He still recorded an album, it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago. But anyway, the album that I'm going to talk about really quick today is this is the OG of it. It's Gino Vannelli, and it's Brother to Brother. Just to show you the chops that this album has, this guy named Carlos Rios, and he's a guitarist on this piece. And Rick Beato, if you guys are even familiar with Rick Beato, and he's a musician, producer, arranger. He's done a lot of work in the music business and stuff like this. On his site, he has the 10 greatest guitar solos on there, and this album is featured in there. I think it's number 8 or 9. It was Carlos Rios playing on Brother to Brother, which is on this album, and the album is called that. But anyway, just to show you, that's the OG right there. That's an OG. I think it's a Terre Haute press. Here's another one that's in the mix right here. This is a white label promo of the same album. Okay, and then I have the Nautilus Super Disc of the same album. So this is why I was kind of like, I thought I had all of them. I thought I had all the albums, and then lo and behold, David Bianco shows this the other day, and I about flipped. Come here, why's my thing doing that? It's trying to follow me. But I flipped when I saw it because I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to have it because of that. You see that symbol right there? It says Audiophile edition, and or Audiophile series. Anyway, so me being skeptical but still hopeful, because I still don't get it. I've complained about this many times about why Gino doesn't get the respect that he deserves. I don't know why, and I still have yet to figure out why people haven't gone deeper into his catalog and done the audiophile treatment on these things, on some of these. I mean, even some of the new ones that he's done are just absolutely amazing. It's called Wilderness Road. It's incredible. It's an incredible album, and it's just pure jazz all the way through it. And anybody who really loves musical instruments, a very musical presentation, and also audiophile quality sound. They know these songs. They know these albums. They do. These people. I've never yet found somebody who really loves music who says, Gino Vannelli, who's that? They always give him a pan or pass, and I just never understood it. But anyway, he didn't get a lot of airplay, and everybody I think thought that comedy hair that he had, this big hair that he has in these things like this. I mean, they think that, I guess, because he was a crooner or whatever, they don't think he's a real, serious musician, and he really absolutely is. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody in the music industry knows exactly who he is. And if you remember anything about why he was picked up in the big long thing that I told you about how he got picked up by A&M. A&M was a very, very very musical-driven record company. And when I say that, I'm talking about by a musician Herb Alpert, who's a serious musician, serious jazz musician. He was the A in A&M, and that's Albert and Moss. But anyway, I did a quick shootout on this album, and this album I know very well. This is why I think you should do shootouts on albums that you know very well. I know this album very well, like the back of my hand. So it's I've got to tell you, I listened to the OG, and the OG sounded pretty good. And then in the order that I laid it out, this is what the order of it is, if you want to cut it off at this point. But there's no question that this audiophile series, I think it was cut on the JVC system in Japan, and I got to tell you, it's so much better. I've got the white label promo, like I said, and that's as close as you can get to the original masters. Now everybody's just mastering crazy about all this stuff. Well, if you want to know, Bernie Grundman mastered this. Mastered basically all of Gino's stuff, and he actually when Gino jumped label and moved over to Arista, he went with him. He actually was mastering those too, and also some of the later stuff that went on to CD, and he hasn't been able to put stuff on LPs. I've really got to reach out and really implore Gino to start doing this, start putting some albums out, some of these amazing masterpieces out on vinyl. We really are hungry for it. If you look at some of my videos, some of my most popular videos are with Gino and all this kind of stuff. So, but anyway, going back to the shootout, there's no question at all when you hear The River Must Flow, or you hear Wheels of Life, or when you hear Brother to Brother, they're just unbelievably recorded. And this on this audiophile series, it's just so incredible, the difference. It's basically like a UHQR. Usually I see these kind of things, I think they're kind of gimmicky, and usually there's not a whole lot of difference from the original, or very little, but this is a huge difference. Now, of course, when I got this, I first put it through, because I got it used, I got it through Discogs, and I really don't buy a whole lot of stuff through Discogs anymore. But I got this, and I did my normal routine of putting it through the ultrasonic cleaner and all this kind of stuff. Well, man, this thing sits down and it's dead silent. All these discs, all three of them, or four of them that I have here, are all dead silent when they drop on the needle. This is why I go back to saying, get yourself a really good ultrasonic cleaner. But anyway, I think the biggest failure of the four that I have, I believe, is that Nautilus. Nautilus sounds a little muffled. It doesn't have enough shimmer with the cymbal hit, with the guitar clarity, all these kind of things. The drumming in here is Mark Craney, and he's incredible. And he's got a heavy, heavy right hand. I'd say, I'd say he's got a very heavy right hand like John Bonham. And he does a masterful job. Actually, he took him on tour for the Brother to Brother tour. But anyway, I think, who was it who told me this? I think Greg from Three Dimensions of Music told me that he came from Jethro Tull or something like that. I think, I can't remember, but leave a message in the comments, and that'll help me kind of keep my stuff straight. I'm not I'm not all that together on all those kind of things, but as far as the sound quality, this is right up there with a UHQR with this Audiophile series. If you're a Gino Vannelli fan and you don't have this, you look it up on Discogs. You can get a good deal on it. I think I paid, I want to say $14, and I think I paid 14, and it was like 16 or 17 when it was shipped and all this kind of stuff. So I think the total was about $16. But David had talked about that this was actually this was an Audiophile release that was released in Canada, and it does say manufactured in Canada, but anyway, it's still mastered by Bernie Grundman. So they must have gone by the same metalwork or something. I'm not sure exactly what the Audiophile thing means and all that, but I can definitely tell very big difference, and I mean not a little bit of difference. It's a big difference in sound stage, as far as depth of stage, as far as there's no hard panning. You can basically set up, you know right where the instruments are and what they're doing and all this kind of stuff. The clarity is right there. It's pretty amazing. But anyway, I want to wish you guys a happy Hanukkah, happy Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. I know everybody's got a lot of, they're scrambling to get all their last videos in and all this kind of stuff, but that's what I'm kind of doing. I may be able to squeeze one in again after this one. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm wishing happy holidays for all of you. Okay, we'll see you. We'll talk to you soon. I'll see you on this side. See ya. All my best.